How's it going, RC fans? It's Moodog from Moodog's Frugal RCs in the great outdoors today. Going to show you guys a brand new one. Just came to me from Haiboxing. This is the 16889 1/16 scale brushed motor vehicle from Haiboxing. You guys know anything about my channel, some of the past videos I've done. I love this brand. I love this this company. It's great to deal with. They did send this over for me to test and review, so I give a big shout out to all those over at Haiboxing for sending this item for review today. Let's get the box open, see what comes inside, and I'll give you my kind of first impression thoughts on the 16889. Stay tuned, guys. Alright guys, packaging for Haiboxing is pretty standard, always good quality, nice sturdy gift quality. This will, you know, take a little bit of a beating. It's going to be a nice sturdy box to gift someone this item in should you want to do so. 1/16 scale electric powered, obviously, four-wheel drive race truck. This is recommended for ages 14 and above. Alright guys, taking a look at the side of the box, we have this side showing the two different color options you have for this vehicle. We have a picture of the vehicle stating 14 plus. It's ready to run, so everything's in the box that you need except for your batteries, for the remote. Four-wheel drive, 2.4 gigahertz radio on this one, guys. Qualified shocks. It just means that these are just friction shocks. It's like your standard Haiboxing shock. We have ball bearings all the way throughout the build of this, which is very nice to see. Brushed motor. This is going to have a 390 brushed motor, and this is going to have metal gearing in the transmission and places that need to have metal gearing. Splash and water resistant. This is IPX4 only, so we're not submerging this one at all. Other end of the box here, you can see some of the optional upgrades that are available for this vehicle. This one is going to be listed on Amazon. I will post a link in the description for this if you guys want to check it out. So this does come with a couple of different options on it. You also have your LED headlight kind of harness that is included with the kit here, so kind of nice that they've included that. Back of the box is just going to have your precautions, all of that type of stuff. You know, don't use underwater, don't eat it, don't do this, whatever. Kind of common sense stuff, and then proudly made in China. So let's go ahead and get this box open. We'll take a look at what comes inside. Alright guys, you can see we have the manual that comes with this. First off, really nicely done. I think I've gone through plenty of these HBX manuals, but we'll go ahead and get this popped open just the same.
I wanted to take a look and see if there's any changes that HBX made to their manual layouts. It doesn't appear to be that way at this point, but let's just have a quick look here. I know I'm angling this thing, but let's just go ahead and get that far.
Alright guys, looks like we have some other stuff tucked inside the manual here. Let's get most of this out of here. All the instructions that you would need on the inside here, how to install your battery, how to charge it properly, in several different languages, English being the first on here. I think there's German, Italian, probably Chinese. Second little packet we get in here, guys, is going to be a parts list for repairs, that type of thing, something wears out. It's a wearable product. It's nice to see that they're including this nice parts list, and I don't know if this is going to include a exploded view drawing of the vehicle. No, but it does show the component groups on it, so you can see there is, you know, different component groups listed on here. Nice, easy to read. It appears I don't see anything smudged or weird looking, so I think that shouldn't be a problem using that going forward. So we have a card in here, I believe, from either the manufacturer or the seller in this case. Here you have a sticker sheet here, guys, so you can customize the truck to your liking. Our goodie bag is going to consist of some essentials for the vehicle, and we'll go ahead and tear this open. Show you guys a little up close and personal view here. So this is the included little bonus wire harness here, for actually light harness to put some lights up in that bumper. So nice of them to include that. That's kind of been a thing with HBX in the past as well. We are getting our bag of clips here, so it looks like 4 spare body clips. I like the fact that they're using these little plastic poles on here. I think that's kind of classy, kind of cool. These are nice robust clips too. They're not the real thin spindly ones that you see a lot of times, so that's decent right there. Already kind of impressed with this product. We have our battery. They're giving you a 1000 milliamp per hour. It's a 7.4 volt 2S LiPo with a Dean's connector on it. 25C on the discharge rate, so it'll be responsive enough, I think. This is a true LiPo. A lot of times you would see lithium ion kind of AA size cells bound up and wired together. But here we go. So you have LiPo. So set that aside. And you have your kind of obligatory charger for those of us that, for some of us that don't have a hobby grade charger, maybe you're new to the hobby, this is going to have your balance plug on it, and this will plug into a 5 volt power source. All right, guys, the remote that comes with this is pretty standard for HBX. You have the layout up on top here, your steering trim, your speed switch. Actually, in this case, it's going to be kind of a potentiometer. You would turn it to the higher end here, or the thicker end of the spectrum. For more speed, you can back it off and start your youngster out, or yourself if you're not used to driving these at a slower speed as well. It just kind of cuts the power. Right here, you have steering reverse, and you also have your on and off switch underneath that. 4 AA batteries are going to be nested in the bottom here, just inside the pistol grip, so make sure you're following the polarity little sticker there. We have an auxiliary button on the side here. I don't believe that does anything with this vehicle. That's going to be more for like turning lights off and on. It might. I'll have to check it out and I'll let you know. But we have a nice feeling return spring in the steering on all of these. Are really just nice. No frills. You don't have any foam coating on the steering wheel itself, or no fancy paint on the spokes. So it still is a nice feeling steering wheel, functional, just not flashy. Throttles on these are always feeling pretty good. This one's no exception. So there's a slight design difference. I think, and maybe the plastic housing might be a little bit different shaped in some spots. Maybe that's an optical, but I know they're using different decals on this to kind of update things, I think, a little bit, but not a bad little unit there in and of itself. These just generally work really good. Onto the truck itself, guys, you can see we have a nice looking truck here. Really cool looking paint job. You can see the blue and orange accents along the side graphics along the side of the gloss black body here. We've got nice polymer, really springy polymer front and rear bumpers. The construction of the tub itself is that same polymer, so nice forgiving. Underside of the vehicle, you can see we have undamped suspension, so there's no oil in these springs. They're just, like I said before, they're calling them qualified shocks. They're just friction damped. That's all they are. So you cannot adjust the feel of the shocks, or how much they compress, or how fast they rebound. It pretty much is what it is. You can, however, adjust here. You guys can see we have a little knurled knob there and threads on that plastic shock body that you can actually squeeze these springs down a little bit to not be quite so bouncy. But everything is fastened on here with Phillips screws, which is pretty normal for trucks or for vehicles in this price range. This one will set you back around $85. I'll post a link again, you guys can check it out. But nicely built all the way around, nice thick A-arms on here. Everything seems nice. No foam in these tires, so these are going to be hollow rubber tires. You have the new style HBX power switch on the side here. You press and hold. I believe this one is rubber coated. We'll take a look at that a little closer in a second. And then you have the tag up in front here just saying, make sure you rip off the body plastic before you put on your decals. Make sure you rip that off before you put any decals on this, otherwise you've just wasted some decals in essence. So let's go ahead and get this body off of here, guys. And they've done something a little different on this one, which I like seeing at this price point. It's a small thing, guys, but it saves me from putting a zip tie on here and using that as a pull, which I've done, and you guys have probably seen in some of my other videos. So that's kind of nice that they put the plastic tab pulls on here. Just a small thing, but that makes me happy, so that's good. We'll go ahead and get all of these off of here, and we'll take a look at the workings of this vehicle. First of all, the body looks really good. You have some information on the inside here telling you the manufacturing, where they're located, the distributors, that type of stuff. That's something new that I haven't seen from HBX. So that's kind of nice that they're including some information on here. So that's kind of cool. So we got two 1000 milliamp hour batteries. I'll get that out of there in just a second. But you can see, again, I mentioned before, we have a little bit different ESC receiver It's different looking anyway. What I'm also really digging on here, guys, is it looks like there's a 5-wire servo on here. A 390 brush motor on here with the optional, not really so much optional anymore, but you have a heat sink on here, aluminum heat sink, just kind of pressure fit on. Our power switch is right here, and this one does not look as robust as some of the newer ones that I've seen on smaller scale vehicles more recently, but that's okay. You have a modular hookup to the ESC receiver for the motor, so that's kind of cool. We have a Dean's connector on here as well, guys. Industry standard for a lot of RC vehicles. Let's go ahead and get this battery out. You can see it's put in here with a real small hook and loop, kind of a Velcro, but really nice heavy duty stuff here. This stuff sticks pretty good. So let's get this open. Battery compartment here. So nicely done. I like seeing this as opposed to the plastic clips they used to put in. You guys will know what I'm talking about. If you've got these Haiboxing vehicles, they put these silly little plastic clips to retain the battery, and you would have to like key it in and turn the mechanism to lock it into place. Those things always failed, and you don't have the option of going for a thicker battery. Now it's something like this, I can get a smaller capacity 3S battery in here with the Dean's on it. A little 5-wire servo in here. This one's just going to be, probably nylon gears. I apologize for the hot rodders in the neighborhood here. Probably nylon gears in that one, but I think it's going to work out just fine. But tires feel like good compound, a little bit stiffer than what I'm used to feeling from HBX, but still, nonetheless, they feel pretty good. You have screwed on hubs here, so that can be converted, I would imagine, if you were to get some metal dog bones. This is going to have dog bones, I believe, front and rear, and it looks like the front is in fact a CVD joint, but in the back you have plastic dog bones on here. You're going to have metal gears inside here, but plastic outboard and inboard cups. So the plastic parts you're going to have on here, yeah, you're going to have them, but that is upgradable, so it's not a really big deal at this point. So we'll have to see how this 390 motor fares with this size of a vehicle, keeping in mind this is a larger platform, larger wheelbase, larger tires than the 18 scale vehicles that are out there by HBX. This is a 390 motor as opposed to a 380. So you might have that to your advantage, but I'm not expecting a really super fast vehicle, although I've been blown away by some of their stuff before and I've been proven wrong in my own assumption. So nicely done on this, nicely rendered. Everything looks to be very nicely serviceable. Nice, I keep saying, but it's HBX. It's got one of those, it's pre-stamped for my approval. Everything I have from them has been pretty outstanding in my opinion. Vehicles that I still run today and still enjoy today. So you're getting everything you need, guys, with the included light kit. You're getting your charger for the battery, actually 2 of these batteries, which I think is really nice that they're doing that out of the box. More fun time, not waiting so long to charge these up. Incidentally, with a charger like this, a battery of this size is going to be roughly 3 hours or so, maybe a little less, to charge it from a completely spent cell. You're getting 4 extra body clips as well, which is nice, because who hasn't lost one of these out on a bash, or lost several of them out on a bash and had to curtail the fun. You're going to assembly diagrams and part lists here. Everything seems to be nicely done on that. Your warranty kind of information card, I guess you could say. So all of this together, guys, I think is a pretty good deal for around $85. Knowing what I already know about HBX and their quality, I think this is going to be a fine vehicle for yourself, your son, your daughter, whatever. Next video you guys are going to see, we're going to be doing an urban bash with this, and that'll be coming up in just a few days. I've been kind of dealing with some health issues here long term and haven't been able to get out as much as I'd like to, but now things are on the turnaround, so I'll be out more, putting more videos out there. If you like the video, I hope you would give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel out a lot. If you haven't subscribed, please consider hitting that subscribe button along with that notification bell so you know firsthand when I upload something to YouTube. That's it for this one, guys. We'll see y'all in the next one, and God bless the Republic.